off his shirt, putting his shirt on. Sanding something.
Jack,
is that a rubber mallet? What the fuck are
Jack
you
coming
doing?
back from his shits. Kenan is a strange individual.
Michael sitting back on his bed, just sitting there sleeping.
Yeah, Mike.
Kenan, what the fuck are
I'm
you
pogging out right now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mike,
Did
you
we kill the
still?
prisoner
Where
yet?
are you right now?
Oh, Jack's
No. We're waiting to start.
Yeah.
All right.
How do I turn this fucking thing around?
I don't believe you're doing
Cannon-
any actual work.
Cannon,
I
get the
just
fuck
believe that-
off the workbench.
Kenan, get off the fucking work.
He
He's
put
not
it.
actually doing any work right now. He's just hitting metal together, acting like he's doing something.
He's
He's
pretending to
crafting,
fucking...
dude. No, he's crafting the rings right now. It's like Iron Man in his cave. He's making the fucking arc reactor. Look at that shit. He's making fucking arc reactor. Sir, you've created a new element to create the rings.
Yeah.
with.
I love how
But
he's
instead of-
positioned
it's-
himself so that we can't
Yeah,
see
it
what's
looks like
happening
a-
on the bench, but we can see him on the bench.
It's literally a movie.
Yeah, but
it's
instead of
literally
an
a
arc
fucking movie
reactor-
scene.
Instead of an arc reactor, it's just minifigs of different waifus.
I can't wait for Cannon to have an ASMR channel of him
He's
just
making-
mashing
denying
metal
it.
He's
together.
making his own
And then,
Funko
you know,
Pops.
you could make a. Yeah, you could make a career making your own Funko Pops on YouTube. Like, you post that shit on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, people go to your channel.
Cannon, that's
you'd make a
it.
career
That's
out of
it,
that.
dude. That's
Kenan,
how you get
found
famous,
your
bro.
revenue stream.
Yeah, and you can finally quit school. Your parents will be like, "Oh my god,
I'll meet a
Cannon's
woman
so
who shares my
successful."
love for
Kenan,
Funko
you've
Pops.
been wasting your talents. It's time to post on TikTok.
Welcome to my home Funko Pop Forge. We're gonna make this out of Damascus steel.
Fuck.
Banging metal.
Also, Cannon, the other thing is that you can you look the dude. All right, hidden strat. You know how you were faking being Hawaiian for the longest time? Fuck that shit, dude. Say you're Filipino. All the Southeast Asians will be like, "Yo, my
Filipino
fellow."
forger.
No, exactly. And then all the other Southeast Asians will feel the need to support you. Boom, instant audience right there.
You've
True,
watched
I gotta get
Forged
even
in
on this.
Fire.
Hey,
And
you
now
gotta-
watch Forged in my parents' garage.
Cannon, you gotta quench. You gotta quench it.
Like, Cannon, don't say you're in the U.S. Say you live in the Philippines somewhere, like Manila or some shit, and be like,
Yeah. And then I'll go out to the forest preserve and I'll bring my forge out there for all the videos.
So, Cannon, is this the new setup?
Forever, yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I mean, I'm gonna be doing it for here.
I was
tonight,
just
yeah.
wondering if this is gonna be
Oh my God, he's
the
literally
recurring
Iron
backdrop
Man
to
now.
I was
your.
being unneeded for comedic effect, Harry. Don't worry.
Okay,
dude, he's
cool.
literally Iron Man. Holy fuck.
Kennan's actually just on a big like stage set right now, and everything around him is fake, and he just gets off and. You know, they're like, cut! And then, like,
Yeah.
the bell rings, and then he's just like, those guys are such suckers.
Yeah, those windows back there are clearly like just monitors, like showing some random ass fucking trees.
Don't
hate
fall for
random
his
ass-
fake forging, alright? He hasn't made those rings. It's been 4 years. Can't even make it
Okay,
in
I
his
don't care
circle.
about any goddamn rings.
I
This
can
is
make
fake.
you. I can make you a ring.
This is
Just a
more
little
fake
piece of
than
metal.
tool time.
Give me a couple.
Yo,
papers.
Cannon,
I'm not even saying anything. You guys just keep talking.
Yo, Cannon, did you do anything with that those pieces of coal I gave you?
I still have them.
What do you think's What do you think's the fueling the forge?
Oh my god, bro, dude, literally, dude, I'm like the Jewish guy who died for Cannon in that movie.
What Jewish guy?
Or the
In
Muslim
Iron
guy
Man
who
1.
died for
Oh.
he looked Jewish.
Oh, you're talking about
Cancel-
Schindler's List.
Cancel Jack! Cancel Jack!
No, from Iron Man, the guy who helped Tony escape.
He
The
did
guy
help-
who died.
I think he
The
was
I'm pretty
Jewish.
sure. I'm pretty sure it's Schindler's List.
He was
His
probably
family
Jewish.
died, alright? His family
Oh, I thought
died.
that's the reason they like captured him or something.
They weren't Nazis.
They captured him.
No,
because
they
he was a
weren't
scientist.
Nazis.
You're thinking of Captain America.
It was like
where
the
there
Middle
Nazis.
East.
They-
Is what it was.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I
you're
thought-
thinking
yeah,
what
they were-
it is.
I thought they were mad about the Palestine shit, and then they captured him or something. I don't
They
fucking
weren't
know.
Nazis though.
They were terrorists, and they
Hang on,
wanted
hang
to
on,
make
hang on.
they wanted
I
to
know,
make
but
the
they-
Stark bombs.
I know, but most terrorists don't like Israel, so I thought, they're like,
That's what
oh,
I'm
they
saying.
captured this guy. And
I don't think the Nazis even had problems with Israel.
They're making it up.
Dr. Ho Yinsen.
Yeah.
Yes, Yinsen.
They developed such a
Jensen.
good connection in that cave.
Um,
Have you ever looked at the fanfic for that?
no.
Fuck you.
I don't think there is one, but there might be.
Oh god.
Yinsen,
I
Iron
think it's
Man,
citing
ethnicity. Oh my god.
Say that again, Cannon, but
Afghan.
louder and
He's
actually.
He's an
Here.
he's an Afghani.
Is it? No, I'm like,
And Parker said he didn't want to be here for the first hour. He was missing out on this.
Are we starting the session?
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Once my
Are
once these- Mm.
We still have to set everything up.
All right,
man.
no.
We're
Everything's
not
set up. We're good. We've been live, so we will. This
Oh,
will be in the
okay.
VOD for sure.
Cool. Great.
All right.
Anyone who actually has been watching aggressively Tragedy of War, they're gonna be like, "Man, this session's really taking a long time to get going."
This session's a banger, is what they're thinking. All right.
Oh my
This is
God.
session 34 of Tragedy of War.
tragedy
Bum,
Bum,
of
bum,
war.
bum.
Recap time. Last time on Tragedy of War.
Bum, 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 bum.
I was worried I was going to
I'm
hiccup
right
in the middle
here.
I am.
The session began with the faithful few preparing to leave the Church of Aewa. Before they did, Sister Isri pulled Rolland aside for a very serious conversation about his dad. Apparently, Roland's father, after dying in the war and being reborn, is looking to reconnect. Meanwhile, Khanek attempted to identify the magical gifts granted to the party by the Church of Aewa. The party split up after leaving the church. Rolland went to the shelter of the Silver Shield to inspire the next generation of Vedalken soldiers, while Khanek, Katsu, and Brelikk went to the Crucible shop that Rolland recommended. Instead of following their companions, Kev led Alix down a random road in hopes of finding the Crucible shop. At the Crucible, Conrad was unable to properly identify the sleek metal device for Khanek, though it was found that the device could produce a small flame. Brelikk took the opportunity during that time to offload a large amount of loot, which he'd gathered over the course of his journeys. He also stopped a guy from swindling your good friend Conrad. Eventually,
You're welcome.
Kevin Alix's adventure took them to a dry bar called the Sober Steed. A lot of S's in this city. Kev decided to have a sit down for a drink next to a man in military garbs.
I'll let editing know, Harry.
The man held a healthy. Yo, who the fuck writes this shit? The man that Kev spoke to had a healthy taste for citrus, but expressed a very strong distaste for Seder and Warforged in particular. After an unhelpful conversation, the two of them left the Sober Steed and spotted Rolland headed into a large flat building. Rolland persuaded the front desk attendant of the shelter of the Silver Shield to let him address the Vedalken refugees. Kev and Alix entered only moments later to follow him, but they were cut off by the attendant when Rolland left earshot. After the manager got involved, the two of them were able to, or even after the manager got involved, the two of them were still able to get by the front desk and follow Rolland on his strange quest. Oh my goodness. Rolland found a stage within the common area of the shelter, and he delivered the news of the fourth draft unto the refugees. Initially disheartened by this news, the refugees called upon a Vedalken known as Seer Kai to weigh in on the situation.
Kai.
Seer Kai deemed this to be foretold, of course, and then quickly took Rolland into a broom closet for some quick leadership tips. In the broom closet, Rolland learned that the next in line for the position of the prophet was actually someone named Sir Oman, who mysteriously vanished during the Festival of Peace in Cistern. It would seem the leadership of the Vedalken people now rested with Seer Kai, someone who seemed very incapable of leading much of anything. Still, With the help of Sir Kai, Rolland was able to convince the Vidalcan people to hold on to hope and reclaim the home that was taken from them. As Sir Kai crowd-surfed his way out of the frame with his new fan base, a Tabaxi journalist from the Cat's Meow emerged from the crowd. Kevin Alix regrouped with Rolland and the Tabaxi, introducing himself as Rodato, and he interviewed the three of them. He asked questions about the Faithful Few, their mission, and how they respond to the death threats from Nine Lives, the leader of the Black Paw Crime Syndicate. Back in Gale.
I can't believe they saw through our fucking ruse.
When the interview concluded, the three of them realized it was noon, and so it was time to regroup at the North Gate. On the way, Rolland bid his farewell to Conrad. The party was having a...
Oh, I was just gonna. Surely 9 Lives will never be able to reach us, so that fucker will never get his vengeance.
True.
Idiot.
By all accounts, there's no way that this comes back to haunt you.
By all accounts, I know.
Party was having a rather suspicious conversation with the Captain Gonath. When Rolland arrived, it was during this conversation that the rest of the party, aside from Rolland, were beginning to see some cracks beneath the surface. Still, there were only cracks. Captain Gonath released a kobold prisoner of war to Katsu, bidding that he remove it from the borders of Safeguard in exchange for its cooperation. Apparently, it had exchanged Dragonborn secrets for its freedom. And now the duty to remove it falls to you all out of convenience, it would appear. After
Just fucking errand boys.
after a
You should have
traditional
listened to what Jorba said, Bat. Now you're there.
Oh,
I'm not-
yeah.
He won't let it go. He won't let it go.
Jorm.
Oh, never. Never.
Should listen to the big Jorm.
It's why I got a suggestion when we start the session as we leave.
Kill him immediately. Die.
One day, Matt and Jorba will fight on the end of a bridge.
No kobold must reach Katsu. After
Kobold? What kobold?
After a traditional farewell of solemn song and uncertain ceremony, the session ended with the faithful few trudging off once more into an unknown land. Known to Brelikk, of course. Unknown to everyone else. Anyway. And so we seen change.
Oh boy.
Holy shit. So to set the scene, you've all been traveling for just under an hour, about an hour or so. Still on foot, you know, doesn't cover a whole lot of ground. Music is in this playlist not working for me. Refresh my page. It's activated on here. I can't do that. Motherfucker, dude. Canon, your camera's a lot lower than it normally is, too, is what I've noticed.
He's on a laptop this time.
Ah, is that why?
I can fix that though.
No, please don't. I like it where it was. Can you actually put it on the highest thing in the room, and then can you put it where that TV is in the corner?
Mounted by an arm.
Yeah, put it on top of the TV.
Oh.
Hmm.
Look at the
He's
full
like,
scope of your space.
oh.
I'm surprised Canon didn't say, "Oh, that's a great idea. Fuck you, Will." Like that would have been in classic Canon fashion.
Quite me.
What, now the music is playing? This is so weird.
I've always heard it actually.
I've
Yeah,
heard,
no,
I've
I
been
know,
hearing
yeah,
the
yeah.
music.
It did the thing that you. I tried the
Described
thing
to
that
you
you
before.
suggested, yeah, and it just started playing it. I don't know.
I told you, Harry. This system, it doesn't make any sense by all accounts.
Cannon's dad explaining him.
Han's dad talking to him? Oh my god. This is the worst player ever. Probably of all time.
Oh my God, it's Mr. Clausen.
I've only heard rumors about that kid.
It's Chris, my boy.
kinda wanna-
You've never talked to him?
No, I talked to him.
He's like,
Chris is
Cannon,
not-
he's like,
he's
Cannon,
not
this is what you
deafened.
want to do if you're trying to do actual work on your workbench, all right?
You gotta actually
You
pick
gotta
up
use
things,
real
son, and
tools.
do a hard day's labor, you lazy bum.
Hello, Mr. Clausen. I wonder if he sees the
Is-
computer.
Is there?
No,
Is
Canon's
there?
screen is probably like tiny, and we're probably alt tabbed or some shit.
Yeah, you're right. He's probably got TFT
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, Canon does not have the triple monitor setup. He is a
Yikes.
peasant.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
Instead, he spent thousands of dollars on his forge so he could make money.
Quench it, Cannon.
Oh, Canon heard us when you said that.
You gotta quench
Whoops.
the sword, Cannon.
Whoops.
There's gonna be a warp in your blade.
I want to play
Didn't think
something really irritating for
Didn't think
for
Cannon
him
could
right
do it.
now. Hmm.
Get fuck Cannon.
Matt is a
Shitting on
scumfuck
Matt.
bastard.
Disaster.
Matt's brain is small.
There's a warp in your blade now, Cannon.
That's
Matt's brain is small.
There's not an audio clip
I
of
am
that.
evil.
Wait.
Where
I
did
am
it-
evil.
Matt's brain is small.
What was that said?
That's a new one. Yeah. Just kidding. I don't even know about that one.
It simply exists.
Get fucked, man.
Yeah,
Alright, guys.
All right. So
Did you
Who
get
did
it
not
Why
couched,
didn't you
Cannon?
have your dad?
Welcome
Why didn't
back.
you let the boys say hi to your dad?
Welcome
What?
back. Welcome back,
Boys,
dickhead.
say hi.
So, yeah.
Told you his bitches.
You've nice.
Oh, I love Mr. Clausen.
Only for Mr. Clausen.
That's
Oh,
my
there
boy
he is.
Chris right there.
Is he trying to say something? Is he trying to communicate?
Cannon's muting it so we can't talk to
Oh, he doesn't come here.
Yeah, Evan's not allowed in this group. Sorry.
STD test says otherwise.
He's trying to roast us.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I said his STD
Classic.
test said otherwise.
No, is Alex down that? That's what we're talking about.
Well, I was trying to
Alright,
predict
alright.
who does Cannon's dad know. I don't think
Oh my
Cannon
God.
would ever introduce Alex to his father. That would be a nightmare scenario.
I don't
What?
know.
I don't know. I don't care. I introduced you guys to him, so
Oh yeah, we're as bad as Alex. Come on now.
you're fucked, loser.
Your blade has a warp in it.
I'm sorry, Cannon. That joke is not even like funny in an ironic sense. It was just such an unapt comparison. It is ridiculous.
All right, let's let our DM.
Jack
continue
took
to do
serious
his thing.
offense. I didn't go to medical school just to be compared to Alex Talbot.
No, dude, Alex is a homie, but he also came back last year and said some really
He
weird
said some
shit.
crazy stuff. I remember. Yeah. Okay. So you've been leaving Safeguard, all of you, at this
Right.
All of us?
all of us, absolutely. I'm there too. It's a good time.
My entire
Um,
party's been replaced by changelings.
Can we have dialogue
You guys
as
are
we
all in
leave
on it.
Safeguard?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I haven't had the chance to talk to Rolland after we No, because me and Matt went to the place.
To the store.
And we left.
Yeah.
The first thing is, Rolland, we saw your old friend Conrad. He did not seem to be, well.
Old there.
That's a
Yes.
polite way to put it.
We went through basic together.
What the hell happened to put him in that state?
We were on the front lines and he got caught in some kind of an explosion. Cracked his head. The healers had him in bed for a week. Never been the same since.
Explosion like a fireball or?
You remember it was
Ah,
a
Front lines.
oil barrel that was on the ship that you guys were on. It was
Oh, like a Call of
Yep.
Duty oil barrel, like a red
Yeah.
oil barrel that fucking
Oh
blows up.
yeah.
they were you guys are carrying some not so great cargo for the exchange, and the blast blew him off, and you as well, but he was between you and the blast. So it was in like a actual battle. You were bringing oil to some of the ships in the front.
We were on some sort of transport ship and
Didn't go well.
they blew up our cargo. It was oil barrels. But unfortunately, it was in the middle of a battle and the healers couldn't get to him right away, so it just made it worse.
What war was this? Against the Dragonborn? The Warforged? When was this?
I think your question is worded poorly. It's all been the same war. People switching sides. Safeguard's always been on the same one though. So to us, it's just one war.
Well, you can forgive my ignorance, Roland. I've always been more of a man of personal profit up until recent times. I'm not aware of all this grandstanding of moral sides and conflict. I was
course.
just curious.
Regardless, for whatever reasons you find yourself here now, I'm grateful.
Oh, that means a lot coming from a paladin. Well, to the point though. Your friend Conrad, he was not able to help me learn of this gift that we received from your people. Now, he did bring to my attention, and I pull out the lighter. It's some kind of, perhaps, dwarven technology. But, well, we all received gifts from the generous people of Safeguard.
Perhaps
Clue what these tools are to help us. I mean,
I'll inspect it, and I already inspected it last session, but I just say like, perhaps you cannot detect its magics because it is under a blessing of Aewa. Your arcane magics are not the same as divinity.
we'll see about that.
Nice.
You,
If Aewa has brought you gifts, then maybe it will come in handy when you truly need it.
oh, the gods work in mysterious ways, don't they?
Yes, I will not pretend to understand the workings of gods.
Well, regardless, it seems as though Safeguard is quite a place of mystery. When we were leaving, I had a bad premonition of the future. It feels as though we are at a crossroads. Our timing... Well, to go and save Heritage. It seems as though you left some business in Safeguard.
business? I mean, I know there's some sort of conspiracy happening, but I really don't know anything, and I don't know. I am suspicious of Garnath and the disappearance of his former position holder, but
All I mean to say is that the leader of the the leader of the Vidalcan assassinated in plain daylight, and you, the most loyal son of Safeguard, headed off. It is a trying time for your people, or perhaps
well,
the future will
unfortunate
be.
that is a job for the military police there. Our
Well,
duty's out here.
you do seem to have faith in them, so I'm sure they'll be quite up to the task.
Yeah, well, we hope.
And you're finishing this conversation, and kind of taken by, we'll say, Katsu, looking back at the path which you've walked, which is now kind of spiraling all the way back to Safeguard, all the way up kind of the plateaus into the more mountainous area, and you just see it sitting high atop its rock, and the storm, the persistent rainfall still, you can still see the clouds crackling over the city, and from where you stand, you are no longer in the rain, you notice, for perhaps the first time since you've left. And you turn back to the path ahead of you, and the multicolored landscape that is before you to the north. Just teeming with all kinds of life. You know, flocks of birds flying overhead. There's a shallow stream with the diamonds dancing across the surface. And this kind of pinkish and purplish flora mixing in with the green fauna along the ground. Rolland, as you look out upon this land, you imagine this to be perhaps the last border of Safeguard, which has more or less retained its beauty and has not yet been hit by the atrocities of Forlorn and the like.
This right here. This beauty.
I just, Cannon stepped into the darkness and said, "This beauty."
I say,
It's beautiful.
as we've crossed these lands, all we've seen is desert and desolation, except for the cowards of Gale. Sit in their treetops. But I hope one day that all the land can look like this again.
It is quite a sight to behold. But I would not call the Galeans cowards per se. It does seem they're quite ready to take up arms against Safeguard.
The Galeans.
Perhaps. Perhaps you're right. Maybe they have gotten over their cowardice and are ready for judgment.
Ominous.
Cannon is so ready. He's so ready to play
You
a
seem like a
paladin.
new man, Roland.
It's 'cause he's
Heretics.
walking around while he's rolling.
You
Knowing-
seem very
Yeah.
prepared for your destiny after your encounters with the Vidalcan. I wonder how much of their fairy space magic has rubbed off on you.
Please.
Knowing
I've never been
the
more clear-headed. I just have more reason to do the things I've always done.
you talk as if each in every land will look like this. I visited almost all. I've visited almost all of the nations of
He's
this
like-
world.
Brelik's like,
Yeah.
wait, yeah, no, I've seen
Wait.
them all.
I've seen all but one. I've seen all but one.
What's Brelick's int again? 8? That makes sense.
That's a lie, Brelikk. You haven't seen the distant isles.
The distant isles. Like,
Yeah, you might have forgotten about it. Some obscure lore that we dropped.
It's
a
pretty
couple
far
times.
away.
anyway,
Go on.
every land I have visited looks nothing like this. Cistern has its desert dunes. Haven very much has its block of forests and ancient ruins. Destiny, more
And dead.
just gone, obviously, now. Here, it always rains, and yes, a little bit of greenery here and there. Gale, well, we've all seen Gale. Bedlam is a just cold-ass fucking place. Not every
Brelikk, how long
territory.
do you think this war has gone on?
Long
Longer than
enough
you
to
and I's
know.
lives.
Yeah,
You have
long
not
enough
lived
to
in the
know.
world before this.
Neither have you. What's to say each territory will look just like this when all is said and done?
We got
You
some
cannot
work to do.
change.
Brelikk,
cannot
are you
change the
so
weather
dumb to take my
patterns?
words at their exact face value. Of course, I understand that the geography is different in different countries. You podunk!
Shit! Those are fighting words, boy!
The paladin's racist.
Khanek just starts
clearly, clearly,
It just took a
clearly,
little bit to get
your feeble,
I love
brainwashed
playing D&D
mind.
at my parents' house because I can yell.
Clearly, your feeble, brainwashed mind doesn't understand what I was getting at. Not every territory has the sustainable land that you see before you here. Not all land has like growable crops.
Brelikk, with proper care that cannot be given
That
to
tastes
a
like
noble
popcorn.
war.
You know, Brelikk, perhaps the irony in receiving beans as your gift. You can't even grow such things in heritage. Oh,
That
these
is the
paladins.
irony.
That
That was the sick irony those racist priests bestowed upon me.
They were just trying to help, man.
You're all podunks.
After all this, and you still, after all the ways they've treated me in your home, you still want me to help safeguard?
I don't want you to help safeguard. I want you to help the world. And helping safeguard, you help your own kin, your neighbors, everyone. You think Forlorn is going to help you? You think if you let them steamroll over this continent, that you'll have a future you like?
Yeah, and
You're a fool!
where was safeguard when Sanctum invaded my home? We had a truce, an alliance, and when they invaded our home, you did nothing. You provided troops for your nation.
They left the
They invaded you and you didn't help Jorma?
Hey,
What's
hey, hey.
wrong with you?
I know.
You know, guys, the funny thing is, imagine they pulled up
Where are
this
the
map and we
storms?
saw Jorma on a fucking rowboat down this river. We just see him fucking
Quick
rowing.
question. Quick question. Where are these storms Jorm was heading to? Do I see them?
They are to the east, yeah.
You look
I
at this
start
water
walking
and
that
it
way.
eats at you. It eats
You
at
just start
you.
walking that way?
I start walking that way. I see we're walking north. I turn right east.
Holy shit. Brelikk just starts walking east, guys. Do you go with him or do you just watch him go?
Wait, Brelikk is half orc, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Half orc, half
Wait.
Genasi.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, his country is.
Heritage.
Remind me, like, what other races are from his country?
Genasi.
Half orc and Genasi.
And giants, if you count them.
So, I suppose your
Heritage, right?
former company's words have truly left a mark on you. Is that right, Brelikk? I yell over.
As he's
Enough for me to see this through.
so Brelik's
Oh.
just walking to the other narrative.
Well, chosen one, I suppose a pit stop is not. It's not too much of a detriment of our time. I walk with Brelikk.
Brelikk. I did not want to. I like say from like he's walked a little bit farther away, so I'm like half shouting to him. I say, Heritage left the war almost 10 years ago. I'm sure they had their reasons. But when they abandoned the war, they also abandoned Safeguard. Their aid to us ended. Can you not see that if we had gone to help Heritage, if we had gone to help...
Who do you think was there when we left 10 years ago?
What do you think we would have lost if I had... If we had left the front lines at that time?
You would have lost just as much as us to understand, maybe, why we fight.
Nice.
Not that I don't understand your suffering, I'm looking at a bigger picture.
And so am I. If you really want all of Safeguard to be strong and together, then you need to stop neglecting your own people. And I keep walking east.
Hey, Rolland. Separate from Brelick's reasoning,
Yeah.
his words cut a picture of something that you maybe didn't realize fully before. Like something about what he said rings for a second. Can you make an insight check?
Insight?
Yeah. Other people too, if they're listening to the conversation, would like
My
to.
portrait. Oh.
This is for Khanek, perhaps, and
Okay.
Kev and Alex. I don't know
Solid
if Alex
7
can
here.
communicate anything.
Alex
that
would not
derives,
pick up
but
this
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. I mean, this is the issue.
Alex
Alex
is
still
is
just
a
walking the
goober.
same way.
I like
I
to
don't know.
imagine that Alex is sitting next to Kev and he's lightly tugging at Kev's shirt, trying to get him to turn around or to like be like, "Hey, let me get in the ring so I get my ale back." Now that we're out of this dry ass town.
I'm still just walking the same way that we're supposed to go.
Okay. All right. Here, one second. I gotta
Damn.
use the bathroom, and then I'll go over the rolls.
Okay.
I will say I did have this plan from the beginning. I was gonna eventually go off to Jorma.
Hog, Matt, you are the hero of D&D.
Oh, I get it. So you're not gonna follow this
Did you
controversy.
really?
and
Did you hear
safeguard.
all that roleplay?
No, I did.
What?
I went down to
You
grab
have to
my-
go back and watch the VOD.
grab my
Matt,
log,
dude.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, high five, dude.
I know that from DMs just now that Matt is Pog. That's what I heard. So
Matt, fine. Let
I
Joe
had
make
it-
intrusive thoughts.
I
with
mean,
him.
I wanted to from the beginning. I was just like, I need like the reasons to pile up, and it's gonna be when I'm leaving the city, and I need something to hit right there for me to like have the final push. And thank you, Can, for giving it to me to be like perfect. Brelikk now would fucking turn and leave.
The Utale people.
Or Misleden.
I hope when you get there, Jorma's dead.
What
Dude-
the fuck,
Dude,
Will?
if that fucking happens, dude, I swear to God.
Grimdark,
so
a watch
excited.
session where?
Grimdark.
Oh, Watson.
Reroll.
You see, you roll into the store, sitting on a light post hanging.
A what moment?
Got him.
Got him.
All right. So.
See Jorma drown himself in the 1 foot stream.
Yeah, in a puddle.
Jorma's just. So Khanek. Well, Rolland, from what is being said,
Rolland
you're
can't
very
understand the
you're very
gravitas of-
steadfast in the bigger picture idea, like that this is bigger than just one.
I don't know if you heard me slip it in there, but I was like,
What'd
do you
you
know
say?
what we would have lost if I left? I mean, if we left.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Khanek, however,
Yes.
you've been thinking about this storm, perhaps for a couple, ever since you found out about
The
it.
Necronimbus storm?
Yeah,
Nimbus
you
storm.
you know that these storms are actually in Sanctum as well, and you have to brave them much of the time to get around.
Oh, is it the storms?
wasteland.
Those are the storms we dealt with Sage or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
right? Was the
exactly.
dude.
Yeah,
Oh.
you were
Okay,
never
okay.
in it, or suffering directly from the
Right, but given my
consequences,
previous
but, yeah.
history, I know the dangers.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And what you know about these storms is that they are rumored to have ties to Forlorn in general. Now Safeguard has Forlorn on its west, and now there's these storms on its east. And maybe you didn't have the exact same thoughts as Rolland did, but when you were looking out over this landscape, yeah, it seems more untouched than in most other lands you especially have been to in your lifetime. It is possible that this seizure of the Utale lands to the east are actually is
An
actually
attempt
part
to
of
escape the storms.
some greater plan. You don't know what that plan
Strategic
is.
advantage.
Yeah, like militaristically, like strategic.
Right, it's a land grab in
Yeah.
some way.
Yeah.
They're moving in on a land.
On an area of Safeguard that they know is undefended by the city itself, and the people who live there are very primitive, and it's it seems like it could be a very good opportunity. And with what's happening in Heritage and things spilling over the border in the far north, like, you're not sure how far behind that border is, but these things seem to be pushing all at once, and you wonder if it's maybe part of something
All right. So,
bigger
so
picture.
the party is somewhat. So me and Brelikk are like standed toward eastward right now, and Rolland is still central with Alex, Katsu, and what's his fucking name?
Kev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I'll say, Rolland, I've been thinking a while now about the state of affairs. You say that I asked you if you felt Safeguard was left in good hands. But can't you see, the war in many ways is already doomed. It's already lost. Heritage, led by a false prophet, exited from the war years ago, and now Safeguard divided? People on your eastern border, fighting against your own. Regardless, those Necronimbus storms from the west, they are quite a deadly thing. But I've never heard of such a thing on these eastern lands. I have to wonder if this division of Safeguard is, in some way, related to a land grab.
I
Perhaps.
think that the Atali people will be moved on again by our enemies.
Well, what else? What other reason would a divided Safeguard serve?
Hit us that we could point closer to home. That's what you're saying.
That's a theory. One that comes from, I suppose, divine intervention and foresight. The DM. From my visions.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I mean, if there is a large concentration of undead on a landmass that is right next to Safeguard. We're describing Forlorn, of course, but
Right.
now we're also describing the Utale land, which no matter how you slice it is a problem. Yeah, you might not know the extent of how.
Well, in the same sense, we don't really know how things are going in Heritage. We just know that there's an active front there, right?
Yeah. Yep. And you don't know which one is more urgent, technically.
Technically.
But you imagine that both would serve to cause your kingdom harm if left undealt with.
So Rolland thinks to himself. He says, "We have forces, resources, like actively sent through supply lines to Heritage. Kali people are attacked again. They won't make it.
I already did make it, bitch.
And so.
But if we go,
Okay, yeah, keep going.
if we go to the home of the Utale, and there is no attack, then we would have just wasted time. How sure are you of this premonition? You claim to be a oracle.
Khanek.
My premonitions have never been wrong. There's no deception. I truly believe this. My character truly believes this.
As you say this, you
Brain blast.
shit.
Okay.
You see multiple futures.
Fuck.
You see one in which you go now, and one in which you don't. And in the one in which you don't, you see an opportunity that will take you in this direction once again. Should you choose not to go now, it would appear as though an opportunity will arise in which... Now, you don't know the details of this opportunity, but you know it to be there. And...
I know it is in our destiny that we will make it back here. But to what end that may be, after the world has already fallen, that is a very real chance.
Artorias, I'm gonna ask.
Perhaps it is better to go now, when we know the people are still alive.
Your premonitions tell you that you know that some of them, a lot of them are already dead, but...
Some lives
Kali?
saved, for sure.
You know
Many
that
of them
it's been going on for a bit
already
now,
passed.
but yeah. You don't know the full extent, you just know that there's many on both sides, I suppose, dead and alive.
I grab my necklace and I cast Ascending. The Jorma of the Utale.
What the? Oh, sending. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said ascending.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
what I thought. I
Rolland
heard
just
too,
goes
and I
into
was
the
like,
sky.
Rolland ascends?
Speak to me, Aewa. Yeah.
Aewa!
I
Wish
say,
light?
I say to Jorma, one of my party members has had a premonition of horrible events in your home. We're changing course and heading to your people.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
I'll admit it wasn't my first inclination. But I hope I can make up where my people have failed you.
Oh.
This
You piece of
motherfucker just
shit.
didn't mention
Yeah,
that Brelik's the
yeah,
one who can
yeah,
boost them.
you
Yeah, why would I
fucking
do that?
bitch.
Fuck.
Fuck
Relic
you.
didn't do shit. Khanek did it. Khanek's bad. Like, I'm choosing to believe in Khanek's divination.
His batshit divination.
And if it ends
My
up,
batshit
You
psychotic
didn't.
DM
And if it
He's
intervention.
ends
a
up being-
trustworthy
even-
guy.
You
if
didn't
it
even
ends up
ask
being
why the
horse
fuck.
shit, I'm probably gonna kill him.
You didn't even ask why the fuck I finally changed my mind. You piece
Oh
of
no,
shit.
no. Oh, I don't. No, he thinks you're dumb.
Okay.
Racist ass paladin.
True, that is a racist thing.
Or
No, he doesn't think you're dumb. He just thinks that you're stubborn.
He just thinks you're a
But
pussy.
he's Roland's
alright,
also
well-
stubborn.
While Roland says that, I'm gonna turn to Brelikk. So, you finally changed your mind about your former party member. How did this come to pass? It seemed there was a lot of tension the last time you spoke to each other.
It was a combination of seeing him again, him off on his own, and me finally realizing that what he was saying was true. We're just following what the leaders think is the best course of action, not what we think is the best course of action. Therefore, when this opportunity arose, I think I've already made up my mind after our last conversation.
I say to Brelikk, like I'll walk up. I'll just be like, I still don't see eye to eye with you, but if Khanek says there's a real threat there, more important than a war we're already fighting.
I don't think Brelikk would say a damn thing back to you. You just keep walking forward.
That's fine.
He's like, racist!
Racist ass pal. I thinking in his head the whole time, this motherfucker. Why the fuck did the gods have to put me with him? Like, Jesus Christ. For the love of all that is Baeon. Me not quickly looking
At
at to
this
see what
point-
my god's name was for a moment.
At this point, I would look back and you would see I am snorting as much blue shit as I can. I'm just putting it in my nose. And I look back. Oh shit, what happened?
Wait, so how far have you gone without realizing that no one's with you?
At least 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
No. I feel like what's happening is Alex was holding on to him, trying to tug
yeah,
him, right?
I
And then
imagine that he's huffed. He's
so
so
Mike's just
huffed up.
snorting, and his legs are just like moving,
they're not
shifting around
moving.
beneath him while
Yeah, he's like
being
on a
like that.
treadmill. He's on a treadmill.
I like that.
basically.
Okay.
And Alex is holding him. Not
He doesn't
walking
even
away, and he
notice
just-
because he's so
Yeah, he doesn't
zonked.
know that
I
he's
think it
Oh
was.
man, I'm so fucking high right now.
Hey, what are my premonitions?
He's been snorting the blue shit.
Roll
So
me a wisdom save.
Oh, yeah,
On
I'm
a
so good at wisdom.
success, say DC. Yeah, you succeed. So, I guess it's well, shit. Well, yeah. In your
It could be about this. It could be about other things. It doesn't matter.
it could be about, Roland's mom or something. I don't know.
That's it, yeah.
So you would see some very dark lands, kind of almost like dissolved by, like the ground is almost like dissolved by this necrotic, purplish, black liquid. And it's just pounding down from the sky. And you're not like there, but you can hear like the tss, 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 tss of, it hitting your skin. And you feel like little twinges, like as if someone's pinching you in like all the different places that it's supposedly landing. And in this land, it's almost like a marsh. You see just like corpses coming, not coming out, but like they're not moving, just half dissolved in these puddles, in these craters. As you look down into some of these puddles, there are just, you would just see bodies just floating beneath the viscous liquid.
At this point, I just faint.
The moaning of the dead as well, and you faint to the moan of the dead somewhere far away from you, and your eyes roll back, and Alex, you feel Kev stumble, like he loses his balance, and he's falling back into you. Do you catch him?
Yep. I'll pick him up.
You've
I'll
earned
carry him
his
like a
trust.
baby.
Yeah.
He's.
I'm just mumbling. The dead shall rise.
Oh, he's just mumbling, the dead shall rise.
I'm just repeating it. The dead shall rise. The dead shall rise.
No fucking way are you pushing us towards another goddamn undead. Whatever.
I'm not pushing you guys anywhere. You walk this way.
No, you're right. You're right. But fuck you for
The
having another
consequences of your
undead
actions,
battle.
Matt.
God damn it. Fuck. I was really hoping it wasn't a You know what? Fuck you. I have the Corpse Slayer longsword now. I'm using that for this fight, you fuck.
Do it. Do it, pussy.
I'm equipped.
God, wait, this is so funny. Jorma's gonna have to fight more undead.
That's if he's alive.
Yeah, so you guys At this point, everyone is moving off in the same direction. First Brelikk, then Khanek, then Rolland, the other two, and then Katsu, with his little kobold companion who's been wriggling the whole time, but it sounds like he's got like some kind of facial constraints. You can't see because it's under like this little
He's
cloth.
fucking Hannibal
Are we-
Lecter.
This little cloth.
He has a
bag.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just
Are
let this
we
guy
out
go.
of view of Safeguard the City?
Yeah, just let him go.
Yeah, you guys are pretty far away. You're not like, you're nowhere near like the outskirts or anything. Like on the map, you guys are like, you guys are basically exactly where you are right now. Maybe a little bit further. And so now you're going off in this direction. And yeah, you're just topping the pond easy.
But we're out of view of the city, you would say.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
What do we do with this kobold? He's slowing us down.
And Katsu's kind of holding the
So he's, like,
restraints, and the kobold is
Feels
going
though
right?
with the little bag over his
Gonnath
head.
told us we could get information from him, so... Well,
Yeah,
he said it was privileged, but anything we get from him is... Well, of
Fuck
course.
Gonnath, and I
We can't
walk up
do
and I tear off his mouth restraint.
Whoa, what? You trust
I'm not
Gonnath?
gonna. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to do the same thing.
All right, so you're pulling off, yeah, the bag, and then as you're doing so, you feel like a leather strap as you pull it like forward off his snout, and the whole thing just comes off in one go, and Katsu just kind of goes with it, and he's in agreement with getting information out of him for sure. You would see before you a
Anyone
small
got Zone of Truth?
red kobold, or Where's this guy's art? Oh, I think I'm looking in the wrong place. Yeah, there he is. A small red kobold with canary eyes. Canary, the color yellow. He's got these fins along the side of his head on either side, and there's like a little cloth cap between them. Little raggedy cloth cap. He's wearing these forlorn, like very obviously forlorn forged grunt gear over some very dry and cracked skin of a little kobold. He's got visible patches and dried blood where there should be like scales, as if like the scales had been plucked from his skin one by one. But despite this, the kobold blinks up at the fresh air and the light coming in on his face now, and he's got this smug little smile.
About time I am free.
Bitch slap. No, I'm kidding.
I wouldn't exactly call you free.
Or like
Not
underneath management.
yet.
He looks down at his bound hands.
Ah.
And he raises his hands up to you, Brelikk.
Wasn't like who's the one doing
Katsu's
this?
just holding him.
Katsu's the one
and
holding him.
Roland pulls
Oh.
off the hood, yeah, so
I take the handle out of Katsu's hands. I'm like, I've got this.
just pick
Like-
him up and then
Out of character moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Katsu
Sorry, Katsu.
Katsu's like, of course.
And I forcibly sit the kobold down.
Ah.
You sit him on the side of
No.
like a little hill. You guys are all standing on like a little hill, and the kobold was like thrown back onto like the incline, and he's just looking up at all of you.
Now, you get four tries at answering
A lot
this.
of tries.
Why four?
How did you arrive
What?
at
He
that
never
number?
learned how to count. He's a podunk.
What have you told?
You just told him a
Safe
phone
guard.
up again.
That's four
In Heritage,
too
it
many.
was.
Gah!
You,
I didn't hear that, Brelikk. In Heritage, it
What's-
wasn't third times the try, it's four times the try.
You got 4 fingers.
what? What have you told those in Safeguard about Forlorn?
I know your tricks, half-orc, and I am not willing to play your games. Because I know that you know that by telling
Before he
you my
finishes the sentence, I pull out my giant greatsword and fucking chop his left arm off.
Woo, baby!
That's
Kobolds
one.
aren't people. Kobolds aren't people.
I love.
Oh, his four
Wait.
chances are his four limbs.
All right. Can you roll damage?
necromancy hand.
Could you roll damage?
No more necromancy, loser.
Brelikk, on your regular
yeah.
attack.
Yeah, so that's ooh,
What if it just kills him?
that would be funny.
One would hope.
You might get it. You might nick an
so
artery
it's-
here.
So it's 2d6.
Okay. Yeah. So he takes 12 damage.
That's
Gotcha.
12 damage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Now.
The sword just clean through, and it's almost like there's like a comic pause where like nothing's happening and no one's registered it, and then just as the blood just starts spurting out of his arm in
Since you're all in one
Vicious
piece,
amounts.
clearly they don't know how to interrogate in Safeguard.
You're a fucking psychopath!
the kobold's like
That's
squirming
once.
around.
I didn't like that answer.
Oh my
Now
god!
I'd say he probably gets up and tries to run away here. Could you make a sleight of hand?
I'm still
Yeah.
holding the
Oh,
fucking
okay.
rope.
Well,
it's
you-
attached to his other hand.
Oh,
I mean, he was still trying to run.
yeah. Yeah, you threw him down, so I figured you weren't holding him anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I pushed him down. I'm still holding on to the rope. I just pull out my greatsword and just chop.
Sure, yeah.
Do you want me to roll sleight of hand still to see if I can?
You're good. The kobold would just
Okay.
quiver and want to probably. He looks like he's focused very hard on his arm right now, and that your interrogation tactics might be a little severe for this creature.
Yeah, I put my right foot on his chest, like and like pin him to the ground, and
Help!
And-
Dragonborn! Help! Kill me! Please! Why are you quiet? I'm gonna die! I don't wanna die!
Your dragonborn patron is a bit
poor Parker.
unresponsive.
Oh.
Jesus.
I'll ask again. What information do you have on Forlorn?
Oh,
I start raising my giant greatsword again. I'm like, what was that? Would you like me to roll intimidation, Harry?
Yeah, roll. I guess. I mean,
Can I
I'm
roll
pretty
in
sure he's
advance?
scared for his life right now. You can intimidate him.
Cool.
Yeah, the kobold has this fear of God in his eyes. You don't even know which one at this point. There's all of the gods. The fear is in his eyes, and he looks up at you with like quick breaths, hyperventilating.
I told them. We're gonna raise the dragons.
What else can you offer, as in for information?
What else? What else do you want?
Hold on.
Oh.
Are
What
you
do
saying
mean
you're
raise the dragons? I slap him across the face. What do you mean raise the dragons?
They're raising them from the dead. What do you mean raising the dragons?
Like dragon gods? Ancient dragons?
Yeah, I guess.
What's Rolland?
I guess.
Rolland is muted and clearly has stepped away from the conversation.
I'm taking this in. This is not even out of character.
Yeah, in character, Khanek, you've heard of the Dragonborn people raising many things before. Fallen soldiers, kobolds, and then eventually they started raising. They reborn started coming up, like in their reanimations. This phenomenon of undeads retaining their sentience, reborn came along, and then at some point they started. Very recently, you've heard rumor of them raising their own kind. So never before have Dragonborn reanimated is what I mean. Reanimated their own kind. They've always kept,
Dragonborn are now willing to practice necromancy on their own? Fascinating.
Not their
Is this
own.
what you mean to say?
Oh, the dragons.
Close enough.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, it seems to be another step. You see as this kobold talks, the fear in his eyes grows distant and somehow more prominent in that it basically instills like a freeze response in him where he just freezes and all you see are his pupils like dilate and his eyes go very, very distant as you say they're the same, and then he says they're not, and then he trails off, and it's almost as if he's like either imagining or remembering the horror, one of the two.
There. not.
How powerful are these dragons they're raising?
Stronger than any infantry unit. Stronger than
Oh shit, fuck this
I know.
guy. This guy sucks.
an army of undead. Some say even stronger than your gods.
And as he says,
Are they stronger than primordial gods, though? That's the real question.
primordial
What are you talking about?
Khanek,
These lesser creatures. Useless!
No, wait! I'm useful! I can make silly sounds!
I say, Rolland pipes up and he'll say, "There's a reason why Forlorn has never managed to fully break Safeguard's lines. It's because the undead are no match for Aewa's divinity."
Yeah, that.
When he mentioned the
God.
gods, and he said your gods, Brelikk, Khanek, and Rolland make religion checks.
Religion.
Religion. Fuck.
Bro! Damn, Rolland.
That's fucked up, bro.
You religious?
Give
or
me,
not?
give me something instead of rolling. The paladin
No.
knows nothing. Clearly, he's been brainwashed by Safeguard.
Brainwashed. He's brainwashed.
You're
Um,
delusional.
This is what happens. You kept calling him a podunk cannon.
and now he's calling you
Oh, yeah.
brainwashed.
Now he's racist against you.
I called him a podunk once.
So we're gonna say that the
You
kobold
called
is.
him a podunk multiple times this session.
Okay, one session.
We're gonna say that the kobold
You
is
fuck.
definitely bleeding, so you'll just take damage occasionally here, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't want anyone to heal him while we were interrogating him, so
Yeah.
that's appropriate.
Also, no. I'll go up to him and I'll say like, "You better keep talking," and I'll try and put his arm back on with a lesser restoration.
Oh,
What?
bless you.
Oh, this is perfect. Thank you, Roland. I can cut it off again if he disobeys.
Yeah, you can go ahead and. Well, wait, not with a lesser restoration.
I mean, I only have that or.
Do you not have
Cure
regenerate?
Wounds.
Any kind of.
How the fuck would I have regenerate?
Any kind of heal might work for this.
Okay. I'll cure wounds then.
Okay. Yeah, so you take his stump arm and you stab it into the socket that it was cut from. And the kobold definitely shrieks in pain. And you guys, yeah, roll for to heal.
12.
It's on, but not very well. It's very crooked now, but yeah, after this
That's
very
max healing.
well, yeah, I know. It's
Sucks to suck, cannon.
All right.
there
Yeah. All right.
consequences of
I
losing a limb and then getting it attached in the way
Yeah.
that you're doing it.
Injury
He'll
token.
heal up. He'll heal up.
Yeah,
Injury token.
He's not bleeding anymore, but he's screaming.
he's-
For
A loser.
So he's basically like -3 points from max health again.
Yeah.
Damn. Perfect. Thank you, Roland. If he disobeys again, I can cut the same arm off.
I just don't respond to that. I see
And-
the benefit, but I don't want to say it myself.
yeah. Roland, after he says this, you see the blood which had seeped out of the kobold's arm, dripping onto your beautiful land of Safeguard, into the untouched lands, and you gain a glimpse of the future of what's to come, perhaps, if you don't get a
Excuse
move
me?
on.
I hate
Okay, so religion, Khanek, the kobold was like, you're more powerful than your gods, and when he said that, you remembered or recalled that the Forlorn god is actually said to be a dragon like it was a living dragon at one point in time. It was the last living dragon. And the story goes it sacrificed itself to save the dragonborn people.
Okay.
Before, like, during the
Negotiator knew
it
that.
was, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that was-
Negotiator knew that.
Yeah, it was a, it was during the Cataclysm. That is how the Dragonborn supposedly survived the Cataclysm, was their god Saeoth, embracing them and dying on their behalf.
Now he's gonna be resurrected as an undead dragon. Jeez.
Okay.
What is this,
Alright.
Game of Thrones?
I see you healed me, so we're all gonna just calm down. Why don't we put down the sword, big guy, huh?
Did I say we were done?
What else do you want?
I look over at Khanek.
How are they reviving their dead god? Don't they need a body or anything? How does this shit work? I don't know anything about necromancy.
The skeleton is on display at the local museum in Forlorn.
They they have the body. It's in Forlorn.
It's not just a legend, it's real?
I've seen it.
I'd like to roll insight on the
Like
fact that
that.
he's seen it. Fuck that. Can I insight it,
yeah,
please?
Yeah,
DM?
absolutely. Yeah, go for it. Oh my
That's
goodness.
20.
Yeah, Khanek, you recall a legend when you say that of Saeoth and the Saeoth's skeleton. But yeah, Brelikk, you feel like the information isn't correct, but he's probably not telling the truth.
I start to slowly raise the great sword.
No.
like as in he hasn't seen it, but he might not be far off.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. I lower it again.
Motherfucker, man.
I'm worthless. They didn't trust me with the ritual.
NPCs.
They didn't trust me with the ritual.
What did you tell the rest of the safeguard people that
I
interrogated you?
I told them where he puts up his he's trying to lift up his hand, but it's like limp. It's resurrecting dragons, and there's the digging in Cistern. There was that. That was a big one. And
Digging in Cistern. What the
yeah,
hell?
the body might have been there, I guess.
The body of the dragon god?
Maybe, I don't know.
Guy fucking sucks, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Where does it matter? Forlorn has it
What-
now. It's all over.
When he mentions the digging site for the body,
Game over, man.
This guy sucked ass.
when when he mentions the digging site for the body,
Yeah.
I remember that time, like during the first arc, we came across these
Yes, you
these
were
dig
there
sites
for that.
yeah.
Mm.
Would that
Oh, is that what the motherfucker was there for? Oh, my
Yes.
God.
they were like were they searching for the fucking
So you remember, yeah, there was one Dragonborn there, and his name escapes you at the moment. He did tell you it, but maybe.
Can I try rolling a history
with your
check?
history check? So yeah, if you don't get it here, then maybe you remember it later. Something. Yeah, you don't quite remember, but he was a big
Yeah.
scaly lizard man, and
Do I remember the
um,
color of the dragonborn at least? Maybe.
yes, it was silver.
Okay.
That is accurate information.
and
I will keep my eyes peeled from here on forward for
of
the
metallic
Silver Dragonborn.
origin for sure. And he I'm trying to think with the history check the slight details of the conversation. I'm trying to remember myself what the fuck he said. He was
A long time ago.
You were there with the original faithful few and
Yeah.
Lord Nicodemus, and
Oh.
things got a little hostile when you guys, or when you and the original faithful showed outward distaste for his kind, Dragonborn. as it was
Negotiator
kind
showed
of your
distaste because he was a Dragonborn.
Yeah, it
old
was your
enemy.
first encounters, and
Yeah.
one thing led to another, and Muka, the Dragonborn had you leave the dig site. His name's Muka.
Yeah.
Since I just said it.
Okay.
I'll type it in.
I would, I think, whisper this to Khanek right next to me, about like we visited a similar dig site, the original faithful few.
And you didn't fight the Dragonborn there?
We did. I say we did not know what they were doing. Like the dig site looked like ancient ruins. We thought at the time just search for artifacts and stuff.
Ah, it is no wonder the original faithful were such fools.
With your
Did you not have shared this?
Thank you. I did. I will say, I think, like, I feel like Brelikk
He
definitely
probably
tried to
covered it
Role
in
play,
passing,
rewrite,
yeah.
rewrite, retcon. You didn't say it. No.
He probably mentioned it in passing, but then it,
Mhm.
maybe it wasn't clear enough at the time. Because,
Yeah, Roland will just say like,
you
I
know,
can't believe
Get,
we didn't. Think
hey,
of this."
hey, Rolland, there were bigger things to worry about than a dig site at the time.
This is so
Son of a
good.
bitch!
Roland just quietly stares back at
I'll kill
Brelikk.
you!
This is
Wait,
all
what
in
were the bigger
character.
things to worry about?
At the time, there,
No.
yeah, there was, by all accounts.
No, I know this is supposed to be a meme, but legitimately.
There wasn't.
Like,
At the time, there really wasn't that much, but
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't remember there being like a
yeah.
thing.
At that point in the narrative, you guys were leaving Cistern and just going to Haven, and you were escorting Lord Nicodemus. So, however urgent you felt that was, I suppose. He was a very important individual, after all. Flash to Lord Nicodemus, decaying with a worm crawling through his skull.
Every time we flash back to Lord Nicodemus, it's more and more degraded. By now, it's just a skeleton.
I'm still so sad about Lord Nicodemus.
Oh my
God, he died because of fucking cannon, man. God.
What?
No, he
Yeah,
died
you should
because
be
of
happy about that. In a way, you got
Okay.
John killed. In a way.
Oh, I was happy, but
So,
he died. He died because of the fucking NPCs.
yeah.
That one NPC, the half orc.
Brelikk.
Yeah.
From the conversation generally, you remember, you don't remember the tomb, because there was also there was a name of the tomb, but Muka mentioned the Dragonborn. He mentioned that, aside from all the dragon skeletons and other large skeletons and dwarven skeletons, you remember seeing...
Yeah. There's a lot of mixed races in that tomb.
And Muka mentioned that this dig site was for a tomb. He didn't say what
Yeah.
for, but he said tomb. He used that
That's
word. And then you
true.
guys were told to leave before anything else.
Holy fuck! It was a dungeon. It was the Tomb of Annihilation, guys.
Yeah, it was actually the tomb that you
Or
never
Tomb
come
of the
out
Nine
The entire
Gods.
campaign would have been underground from that point on if you guys went
Oh,
in the
thank
tomb.
God we didn't do that. Fuck. Jesus. Never again.
Anyway,
Damn it, though. Could you imagine if we actually...
These are all
We
the
would've
things you
we
remember.
We would have subverted so much. Fuck! Alright, whatever.
Well, we would have died probably.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? So many things.
Yeah, this Dragonborn's
Remember that
level
one
20.
Dragonborn? We only beat that one Dragonborn because fucking Archon Sen was there, bro. We would have
Yeah.
fucking died if
You
it
haven't
wasn't
fought
for
one,
Archon
yes,
Sen.
ever since. Jack has such a high opinion
this
of
guy was a
Archon Sen,
nerd.
it's so funny. He was
Yeah,
like,
because
"God,
he's the Giga Chad who
he's the Giga
he's
Chad
the Giga
Asimar."
Chad who laid his life down, and now all that's left is Rolland. Everything went to shit in Safeguard after Sen died.
Mother of God.
Safeguard just was not a good time.
What? Not for the world, but for us, it was kind of fun.
The only fun moment I had was in that shop. Anyway, so we're standing over this kobold.
So these are the
clearly.
things you derive from that recollection of him mentioning the dig site, and then all of the things that just came up because of that Mulka, and then a tomb, and then there were skeletons everywhere, and then your mind flashes back to the present.
Okay. Anything else we should know about? Looking at the kobold. Yeah.
No.
Insight check.
Is that a question?
Is that a question?
No.
That's a next one.
What the fuck, bro? I mean, you feel like there's probably some stuff that he could tell you, but he's not really sure if this is the proper setting for it.
Would Rolland care to divulge
Mr.
that
Kobold.
information if he's hiding anything?
Is there any reason to keep this prisoner alive still, other than
Mr.
the
Coles, were you a
word?
former member of the Forlorn military?
I enslaved. In case you weren't aware, us kobolds are all enslaved by our dragonborn oppressors. So, really, you would be doing an attack on dragonborn by keeping me alive.
So you
I
don't
can
want to go
soul
back to
cage him.
Forlorn?
Don't hurt him anymore unless I got these high-level healing on him.
Kev
Okay,
chimes
that's
in
fine.
that he can
Just
soul
to the
king.
nearest
Oh
chance.
shit, that's right. Alex is here. Fuck.
Don't worry, Mr. Kobold. Next
If you
time
want to have Revivify for the next fight, make sure that you don't kill this guy.
next time,
Damn
don't
it,
worry, Mr.
Alex,
Kobold. Next time
no,
we're at the
come on.
Forlorn front line, we'll drop you off with your kid.
Will, let us kill him, please. Come on, man.
No, he has no reaction to that.
He's gonna come back as a BBEG. I can feel it.
Well, you want to go home, I assume.
Preferably better than here, I think.
Oh, you'd rather be here with us.
I don't.
Listen, as long as you're not hiding anything, you have nothing to fear from us. But if you are,
Looks back over, turns his head to Brelikk with the sword up in the air.
It's like a literal guillotine just holding always above his head.
Are you sure about that?
oh, I'm sure. Don't worry, we're just very invested in this.
I think Alex would reach his hand over and slightly move Brelick's sword down and away from the guy.
Oh, Brelikk
Just-
does respect Alex.
I
Damn
think
it.
we're all just blowing off some steam.
His
from
actions
that
speak
past
louder than
fight.
his
And then his red eye looks at you, Matt, and he gives you a thumbs up.
What does thumbs up mean? Wait.
This is like
Kill,
a gladiator
kill,
moment.
kill.
Wait. Sorry. I need you to explain. I need a full on description here, Will, of like when the thumbs up happens. Okay.
After you put your
Like,
sword down, he gives you a thumbs
After I
up.
put it down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
he takes the sword from you and chops that up.
No,
Yeah,
that would
no,
be such a
Alex
sight to see.
actually
circuit
lowers
breaks.
the sword. He
He
pulls
thought you were
out the
giving
black
him the
bear
go ahead
bat.
to kill him.
I don't know, he takes the club to smash his
Yeah,
head.
he lowers the sword, then he takes out the bat and he starts beating the kobold to make it more personal. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I respect Alex too much. I'll do it.
Okay.
I lower the sword and everything.
Yeah.
So, is everything good?
He seems to regain his composure.
If I see you in a battlefield, know that you will die slowly.
What the fu- No, we're not releasing him into the wilds, are we?
No, I will die, surely. Don't leave me.
God damn it. We need this. Don't tell me this is the new John NPC. Fuck.
Listen, Mr. Kobold. Build up your
Mystical.
brownie points, stick around, behave. And perhaps life could become a little more comfortable for you, alright?
Yeah, sure, no problem. You know, I was a slave before, I'm a slave now. Really, nothing's changed.
You don't have to do anything for us if you're not
We
a
should just let
slave.
him go. Let him go off into the wilderness.
No,
He
he's
will
gonna come
die.
back and kill us.
How do you express
No,
that
no.
in character, Will?
He literally
Utali-
just said he would die if he went in the wilderness by himself.
Utali
He
Mountains are
wanted
home
Yeah,
to the
exactly. Just let him live.
Heirs of legend. He wouldn't survive a week. They would sniff him out like mincemeat.
Yeah, the enforcers prowling around this area probably would murder me on the spot. Let alone the Coatals. So please don't kill
enforcers.
me.
Which enforcers?
Safeguard enforcers?
Okay.
Yes, that's why we have to travel with him, because if he was
Uh,
and escort him to the border, because otherwise he would be killed on sight.
maybe we should throw him in the ring for now.
Put him with the genie.
Is that possible, Kev?
Or with my jug.
Oh, I don't mind.
You don't have
I
your
would-
jug.
That
you
would be
need
s-
to, you need
wait.
to get your jug out of the ring, Will.
Yeah, I know, I need it. I tug on Kev. And I point to the
I would
wood.
have to stay in there with him, you know, and I'm like a very important part of this party, so I don't think I can go in with him.
Well, can't you just send the kobold in?
No,
And-
I can't. Not
What do you mean?
not how magic works.
Just use magic.
Okay, well then I mean, Alex still needs to get his jug, and I think he, like looking at Alex, clearly tugging on your shoulder. Like I think he really wants the jug back.
Is that what you want, Alex? I'll look up at him.
I nod.
See,
Very
he's
mechanic
all
and
right.
slow. I shake my head aggressively.
He doesn't want to go in.
Kev, he really wants the jug back. Also, we need to put the kobold somewhere. Just go in, grab Alex's jug, and come out.
No,
And
he can't
also-
come out.
No.
If he comes out, everyone comes out.
Yeah, then the
Oh,
kobold will
what?
come out.
Yeah, he can't.
Brelikk, this is how magic works. I'm sorry.
Damn
It's fine. It's fine. Let him walk with us. He can regale us on his stories of Forlorn.
Yeah, I can do that. I can talk. I'm a talker.
Again, guys.
I reach-
I
I reach.
Why
His
would you
hands are like
say
cuffed.
that?
But he can like reach them up and down, right?
Yeah.
I throw him like a ration. Keep your strength up. We'll be walking for a while.
How long exactly? My feet get tired.
I'll pick him up.
No, come on.
I'll pick him up and rest him on my shoulder.
God damn it.
This is much better. You guys are way better slavers than the Dragonborn.
Anyways.
This all started with me chopping his arm off, by the way.
I reach into my pocket and I grab a tiny little flask of ale and I hand it to him.
This is
Whatever Alex had left in his little stash that he was hiding.
He takes a sip of it and it's like puts like both hands around his coils, kind of weak in the one hand still. So it's just kind of like over the flask and he just like drinks it. Spills about half of it as it's going down.
It hits upon my metal, but it feels comforting. Glad I have my ale back.
Yeah.
I still have my jug, Cav.
It kind of snaps into place.
Oh, I feel whole.
So, you're still on this hillside on the outskirts of Safeguard, and you have interrogated this kobold and sufficiently scared it shitless. We'll say maybe there's a little bit of excrement left down the hill when he gets up. You you're just off the main road. So you have like a ways to go to the coastline, but this is the due course that you have chosen. So Do you make your way?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yes,
I guess I'm leading. I'm great with directions, though.
You're leading? Yeah, sure, Kev's leading. You guys let him lead, but you kind of watch him like he's
Wait,
like a
what?
small child, so that like you know that he's
Yeah.
gonna like walk off a cliff or something, so you're ready to like stop him just in case.
Watching very closely, making
I'm very
sure.
close. I'm in arm's reach, so I could tug him back. If you...
Perfect. Survival check.
Oh my god, I get there like so fast.
Yeah, so you're wandering for a while. The elaborate landscape that you had seen before, the majestic landscape that you had witnessed just a moment before, you looked out to the north, and then you're like, yeah, no, and you turned and you went off the side. As you continue for say about another hour, trudging up and down kind of this hilly area, still got this multicolored ground, but it's kind of fading as it gets closer to the coastline. And as you're wandering through these hills, atop one in the distance, something catches your eye. And what you thought were perhaps a flock of birds before, kind of circling around you and flying high in the sky, have since descended toward the tops of these hills, not fully to the ground, but kind
Oh
of
fuck! These aren't birds. These are those
Um,
fucking people from Gale.
Now that you're closer, or now that they're closer, whichever comes first, you see that they are actually horses with wings. And
The motif is back.
like
Horses with wings, you say?
Oh.
like Pegasi?
Yeah.
I think it's. Is it just Pegasus? No, wait. This is something.
Pegasi, I think.
We're gonna go with Pegasi. And
I think it's just
Yeah,
Pegasus.
Maybe it's just a lot of Pegasus.
It's like moose.
It's like moose.
Yeah, it's just Pegasus.
A lot of moose
And
around.
it'll be like,
This one moose.
Pegasus. Just
sus.
flying around, yeah, a little sus. Flying around in the skies with one another. You see brown Pegasus, you've seen white Pegasus, and even black Pegasus, Brelikk. All joyously enjoying each other's company, neighing and whinnying with glee.
And such.
Does one of them does one of them look like
That's not what a
Subaru?
horse sounds like.
And you hear like some
Subaru is now a Pegasus. It evolved in the wild like a Pokemon.
They continue kind of just it's a sight that draws your attention for sure. Whether you stop in your tracks and gawk, is dependent on the character. But
How many of them are there?
you see about 8 or 10, and they're all just flying around, having a gay old time. And
I mean, guys.
one in particular, you note has broken away from the herd. The herd? Flock? I don't know. And and they kind of curiously flutter. You hear the beating of their immense wings down to the surface, to the top of one of these hills which you find yourself on.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like a cocoa color, perhaps. Spans from its body to its wings. There's this kite of white coat fur spanning from its down its forehead to its muzzle, and it very gracefully lands, clip clop, and it gazes upon you all curiously down the hill. Dark almond eyes, just utterly unafraid of who or what you are. Just like pure innocence. And its wings are still like raised in this upright position.
I grab a rush.
Seemingly to, take off at a moment's notice if things were to go, where something were to spook it. You take out a ration, Brelikk?
I take out a ration.
Yeah.
Replaying everything that happened all the way back in Cistern.
Yeah.
I raise out my hand with the ration and slowly approach the Pegasus.
Roll an animal handling check.
This is gonna go so poorly, I know it. Fuck. No!
The horse, raises its head, very suddenly, and its wings flinch, and it kind of backed up a little bit.
I stop where I stand, and I put the ration on the ground and back away from it.
Brelikk, it's interesting. Well, I'll get there. Don't want to jump the gun on that. You see the horse kind of lower its head and look at you, almost like as you put it down. Assuming this treat is a little bit, there's been some space between you and this treat.
Yeah.
And it bends down, and you see its tongue come out first, and then just scoops up the ration. And the horse kind of just raises its head, and just with the most nonchalant expression, just chewing on this ration that you've laid out for it, and it doesn't seem to express anything.
Yep. I now grab the water skin and pour some water into my hand and start to try and approach it again. I feel like this is literally verbatim the play out exactly what happened back on Cistern. I feel like.
Roll animal handling check.
You got it, DM.
With the
no. Wait, with advantage, please.
No, we're just gonna go with that.
No, come on.
Dude, this is
dirty
this
one.
Is just like Divinity, where Mike's the guy with
like
pet
my
pal, but
soul. No,
you
you were about to say it, Harry.
Animal guy.
Please. You were about to say it. I just didn't let you finish.
This is the thing, Matt.
Oh.
From Brelick's perspective, you hold up these. You hold up your cupped hands, and the water is in them, clean and clear. And you hold it out to this Pegasus, and it immediately flies backward and lands back on top of the hill. And as it does so, you're witnessing its magnificence and its grace and its full form. And you look at the cupped water in your hands, and then back up at the majesty before you. And you can't help but feel like that this is just something that is without of your reach permanently. It was never going to happen, nor was it ever meant to be. Especially, and not that you're someone who degrading of yourself, but as you stand before this beautiful creature, you can't help but feel unworthy. And you let the water fall out of your hands.
That's the nice way the DM tell you, fuck off, no Pegasus for you. Flying, cringe.
There's a DC for this, and Matt actually can't succeed on this, like, physically. Based on his skill.
No! Become a paladin next time for it.
Actually, Harry, with the new D&D rules, he rolls a natural 20, it's an auto success. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, what if I nat 20? Shit.
So it kind of as if it knows that you are basking in its glory. You yeah.
Sorry,
I
just got back.
Yeah,
I wanted to do something,
Okay,
but my dad was talking to me.
Okay. Well, we'll say.
When he's like, it's like when he's like walking up and then it turns away. I just imagine he walks up, it takes another step back. He walks up, it takes another step back, sort of a thing. And I'll be like,
I cast a tangle. Come down, Pegasus.
no,
you will be mine.
I'll
Alex
go within
wants a
like
Pegasus for sure.
I'll go within like 10 feet of one and sit down and just like hold like a ration out. I'll like throw it down like 5 feet in front of me, and I'll just be calm and try to be inviting to one.
Rolland gets one. If Rolland gets one, I'm actually gonna be so pissed. Of all the characters, I do not want Rolland to have
the
one.
The Pegasus that you were interacting with, Brelikk, it, you know, as if it knows you're basking, it turns sideways to you so that you're getting like a side profile, and it raises its hind legs in like a triumphant pose and lets out a and then takes off into the sky.
Damn.
And then you watch as Rolland kind of very calmly finds a spot off to the side alone, away from the group. And
in Brelick's head, he is literally like, do not go to him. Do not go to him. Do not go to him.
He's kind of nestled in some tall grass. And one Pegasus, we will say a white one, Rolland.
Perfect.
Comes down, touches down.
This happens.
As though this Pegasus that Brelikk was interacting with kind of caused the herd flock to kind of come toward you, kind of migrate toward you, you know, and they're kind of closer by, but, you know, this one seems to take interest as well, and kind of touches down with these black pools for eyes. It flutters down, touches down, and you note that it touches down a little bit closer to Rolland, though it still doesn't approach. You're holding out this ration, right?
Yeah.
Should you make a animal handling check?
I swear to fucking God.
Dude, this is gonna go so bad knowing my luck.
Yes! Anyway.
Matt is such a petty.
Not excited.
He's
Not
so
excited.
petty.
Not excited.
I feel
Matt,
like
you have so much hatred in your heart.
Harry, I feel like
Ooh.
Alex would want a Pegasus.
Why'd you roll a second
wanna
time? You
try
just
it?
wasted that roll.
Alex, do you want to
You
be
know-
like off to the side trying your own?
I see. I imagine I see Brelikk and Rolland doing this, and Alex is
Copycat.
intrigued, and he's like,
You would crush
let
a
me
Pegasus
try.
if you got on it.
So I will go into my bag, and I will just pull out a little puddle of ale. I'll pour a little in my hand.
I desperately want Alex to get a Pegasus, actually. This would be so funny. I would
I get-
love to see
It
it.
is nice, sweet. It's like I imagine it's like an apple cider. Horses love apples. Like a hard apple
Is
cider.
there a Pegasus within 60 feet of me?
There's the one that's by Rolland.
Fuck it. I far step onto his back.
Okay.
No, Mike, you're gonna fuck mine up, man. Let me try first, then you can do this shit.
Yeah, let Alex go first. He did speak up first.
I already said it.
Let me
Alex already started speaking.
Let me try first.
Well,
Mike.
Alex is actively
Well, give me
looking
another
to
one.
pursue this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's
I
trying
know Mike's gonna jump on their back and scare the shit out of them, and they're all gonna fucking fly away.
You kind of go up to the top of one of these hills, Alex, and you pour a little bit of ale into your hands. And you're kind of waiting for any of them to pay you any attention, and nothing lands. And you kind of... Yeah, Alex getting his bashful moment. You reevaluate, like how exactly you are to approach these things, and ale is all you know, so you're holding out this ale.
Do I look over and see anyone else doing anything different than my ale strategy?
Well, you saw they were doing like a food strategy.
Yeah,
but
I know.
as of now, it hasn't. You saw it didn't work. Just a second ago with
that's true.
Brelikk, but you recall a basin of water.
Oh yeah, I have
that
my
you
water
have
basin.
or it's in a tankard now, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah, you recall this tankard as being something that is perhaps more to the liking of these creatures.
Yeah, I'll pull that sucker out.
Yeah, so you you take the tankard, you slide open the lid, and the moment you do, it's almost like there's like an echo across this little hilly area that you're in. And the Pegasus, all in the sky, all of the Pegasus in the sky, they stop what they're doing. They stop playing, and they all kind of look down at you from the sky. And you see that one of them, like, starts to go toward your cup. And then a massive Pegasus from behind the rest of the flock just poof, knocks it out of the way. And it's this enormous dark coated Pegasus with wings with a wingspan that doubles the length of your body. And it almost looks like a roided up Pegasus as it flies over, knocks the other one away with its wing, and then just as it lands on the ground before you, one hoof at a time. And it lets out a very, like, boisterous, like... And then it's very close to you. And in terms of stature, you are like looking it in the face. You're eye to eye with this monstrosity of a Pegasus. And it...
You mean magnificent creature.
Yeah, it bows its head toward your cup. As if awaiting you to raise it to its parched lips.
I'll raise it up. Hopefully the kobold on my shoulder doesn't get in the way.
Is the kobold with you?
He's on my shoulder, yeah.
Oh,
I stuck him up my shoulder. But he's a little drunk, so he's probably chilling.
And you raise this cup to its muzzle, and without you even getting there all the way, the Pegasus just, you know, like it's making like these very loud lapping noises as it sticks its whole muzzle into the cup, and like the water is like spilling out the sides, and you can see like the tongue and the lip action. And the horror, it like looks up at you for a second. It's got like this cheese-in face where like its lips are flexed out and you can only see its teeth. It's like smiling at you, and then it buries its head back into the cup again, taking a very long drink. And by the time it's done, the cup is empty. And
Drink all my holy water.
yeah, you can remove your tankard of holy water from your inventory.
No. Alright.
And the horse looks at you with like this dripping muzzle, water just, you know, dripping off its lips and down its muzzle and onto the ground. And it continues. Well, it steps one step closer and looks at you very closely, as if trying to understand what you are. Like, are you a living being? Are you some kind of feeder? The Pegasus isn't sure, but it assigns significance to you, and it bows its head in allegiance.
I'm happy with this.
Raised.
Do you do anything to this absolute statement of respect, or do you just stand there as Alex does?
I will.
Everyone's looking at this like happening. There's like a sun. The sun is behind them. It's a side profile of Alex and a massive Pegasus in front of him, like bowing.
Oh my god.
And Alex
With
is
like,
just standing
Alex is
there.
already
Alex
large.
is just standing there, like straight as an arrow.
Rolland will just stand up and like grab his holy symbol and say, like, just pay a respectful word to them. Just say, like, that's it.
He's like, holy shit.
No.
It's like I should have respected this Warforged more or robot more.
No, that's not what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The horse motif lives on.
I'd say Alex would kind of reach out to pet it, but he feels like an instinct
Yeah.
to pet the horse.
Yeah, there's something just in his innate programming that tells him to pet the dog. You reach out and you place your hand upon its mane, and you stroke down the neck, and the Pegasus responds affectionately. Whereas before it seemed very Chad and intimidating, now it kind of seems like a soft, cuddly, call it teddy bear, but it's a horse, you know? So its entire demeanor has changed since you have bestowed upon it this gift. You have no idea, like, from your perspective, why it cared so much, but you enjoy its
Was that-
company.
Was that the gift you received from the church?
It is.
The
Yeah.
holy water?
Yeah, it was.
I wonder. No. Everyone pulls out their gifts.
Beans? Do you like beans?
Yeah, if I burn this horse,
Our
the horse
club,
will like
Yeah,
fire,
Khanek
it'll
sets
like
him on
getting
fire.
burned.
when we get hit with necro,
I become Ghost
Right.
Rider.
Mm.
guys, when we get hit with necro grub, we're not gonna have holy water now.
Necro grub.
But after
What do you do, Alex?
testing, after petting it a little bit, I look over at Brelikk
Mm-hmm.
and I very robotically wave my hand to like come close.
Okay. I slowly approach.
Oh my god.
And I'll pet and I'll like kind of gesture to the horse, basically like with my hands, be like, "This is my friend," and I'll like keep like pointing towards Brelikk, and then I'll like look at the horse, I'll like pat him and be like, and I'll like thumbs up the horse. She has no clue what I'm doing, but all I know is that Mog would thumbs up, so thumbs up means good. So I just keep thumbs upping towards Brelikk.
He's just spamming an emote. He's
He's
spamming,
spamming
an
an
emote. Right now.
emote.
So BM.
And to the
It's
horse.
BM as fuck.
And I kind of signal to Brelikk as he slowly walks up to pet the Pegasus.
Pet the Pegasus.
So wait, you signal to me to go pet the Pegasus as well?
Yeah, as you walk up. Yeah, come pet the Pegasus.
Okay, I see you like pointing at me, thumbs upping, and then you point at me, point at it, and then start petting it. Like,
I'm looking at
Okay.
the Pegasus. I'm trying to ease the Pegasus into understanding that you are good.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
my intention.
Oh.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Podunk says the Pegasus.
yeah. Ah, disgusting podunk. Flies away.
forever
Huh.
hate that fucking term.
Word.
God damn it, Cannon! Why'd you have to fucking create a fucking racial slur, you piece?
God, he's so racist.
It wasn't even toward you at the time, but now it is.
Of...
Such is life with racism.
Unintentionally
I like
crazy.
how it's officially transcended campaigns too.
Oh,
so-
has it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It really shouldn't. Don't encourage that.
Racism?
No,
Who
just
was
the
it?
word podunk.
Who
Oh.
who was it that fucking brought it up
It was
in
Cannon.
eternity?
Oh.
In eternity.
Oh, I don't know.
Someone.
This John.
Oh yeah, please don't.
Oh, come on, John.
Stop, John, don't you fucking bring it
I
back.
thought it was the players.
Swear to God. Anyway,
Swear to me.
I would slowly, Brelikk would slowly, very slowly
Oh,
go
fuck.
up to the Pegasus
This-
to pet it.
This session, man. I'm trying to think about this.
The moment there's any hesitation in that Pegasus's eyes, I will back away. You know what? I'm gonna how you train your dragons it. I'm just gonna close my eyes and put my hand out.
This works. No. I'm trying to hash out this whole motif in my head right now. Just to make sure this makes sense.
Motif.
Guys, do you get it yet?
Okay, I okay. So, Alex, you're petting the horse. That Pegasus, sorry. And Brelikk approaches, and it doesn't hesitate, doesn't move. It does take notice of you. You are approaching from the side, and you see its eye like wide as it stares at you, like following your movement toward it. And it doesn't move as long as Alex is keeping his hand on it, it would seem.
Okay. And Alex, you want me to pet it?
Yeah, I want you to befriend the Pegasus that I've befriended, Matt. I want it to become your friend.
Oh, okay.
I know
Okay,
you're sad after losing your horse, Matt. I need to get you a new one.
yeah. Brelikk talked
No,
all
this
about
is gonna be
Sugro.
your this is gonna be your horse. This is gonna be Alex's horse, but I
Alex
will.
ain't riding a goddamn horse. What are you talking about?
That thing will die of the weight. That is correct.
Okay, I will slowly approach the Pegasus to pet it.
Yeah.
Very
you-
slowly. You know what? I'm so tempted to take like all my armor and weapons off
You just strip
to
naked.
like ease it.
I am one of you.
You can see I am unarmed. No, I won't do it.
You approach with your hand, and it rests on the Pegasus's neck, and you begin to pet it along with Alex. And as you do, you see the Pegasus look at Alex and look it back at you with confusion in its eyes, like as if it's not sure how it feels about this, right?
Yeah.
But you continue doing so, and it seems to grow reluctantly more comfortable with your affection. And until eventually it's more like leaning into your paths and your the care that you're giving it. It's almost like it can sense your humanity much more than Alex. But
You have warm touch. I have cold hands.
yeah, he's got cold hands. Someone get him some gloves. Until eventually it has completely left Alex's hand, and it is now just like you're like double fisting, like, you know, petting it like a who's a good boy kind of a thing, and the Pegasus has like its eyes right, you know, its eye is still looking over at Alex, and Alex, can you make me an insight check as it's looking at you?
Sure. Don't worry, Matt. I
Brelikk.
have good animal handling, so if that comes up, we're good. We got this.
Okay.
And Brelikk, you continue scratching, and as the the horse turns away from Alex, it closes its eyes and really accepts your affection. And Alex, in the look that it gives you before it turns away from you, you don't really understand emotions very well, given your nature, but what's the best? What is there anything in this campaign that has been similar? Has Alex when was the most that Alex has felt hurt in this campaign, do you think, Will?
Felt hurt?
If at all, yeah. Hurt as in like he wasn't allowed to do something or something like that. Or maybe it was when he left Mug originally. Maybe.
Probably when he had to leave, when he left Mog, that's probably when he felt the most.
Maybe when I told you
most
Mug was
sad.
dead.
Oh yeah, probably when Mike
Yeah,
told him Mug was
he
dead.
straight up just fucking lied and said.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
perfect.
When he lied and told me that Mug was dead, that's where I felt
He's
the
like,
most
I
pain.
mean, I'll be
It
real with
wasn't
you,
a
Alex.
lie.
Mug's dead.
Alex,
It wasn't a lie. I genuinely thought that.
you can't describe it or understand it, but you internalize it, as the final look of this horse is very similar to the feeling that this Pegasus has is this very same feeling you had when Kev just went, Mug's dead! The Pegasus, in some ways, feels like you are dead to it. As it turns away from you and closes its eyes. It is very hurt by your transfer of ownership.
I do selling price for bat. And I put it. God damn it.
I don't feel good about it. I still don't. But
it's a learning
I
experience,
really,
Matt. It's a
yeah,
learning
I
experience.
still really appreciate the gesture.
After seeing it look away, and I kind of get this sense of sadness, Alex will kind of like retract his hand, but not in like the normal, very mechanical way. It kind of
Whoa.
limply kind of falls instead of a very like 45 degree to 45 degree, you know.
Would Brelikk understand what Alex is doing, transferring like the ownership of the horse?
You feel as though there's great, like, considering what Alex is,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like there's a pretty big significance behind it to you, and you didn't know that even could exist, you know, within one of these automatons.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very interesting window into what's happening in his mind. What would be his mind? Perhaps Warforged do have souls.
I would look over to Alex and ask him, are you sure?
Alex will look over at you, and he'll kind of like, after his arm limply goes back to its side, he kind of like resets, goes back to like full stature again, and he double thumbs up towards you.
The more thumbs, the better.
He's double sure. Get this man another
he double thumbs up to you, and he kind of gestures towards the horse.
I feel heartbroken right now.
He looks at the horse, and he looks back at you, and he goes, and he gives you a thumbs up, and he looks over at Kev, and he looks back to you, and he goes, and then he walks back over to Kev.
Yeah.
And at that point, I teleport.
yeah, you teleport onto the Pegasus that was near Rolland. You far step onto the Pegasus, and it immediately and begins bucking, like jumping around, and then it just takes off. Can you make me an athletics check to hang on for dear life?
Yeah.
From the initial
Breath of the
bucking,
Wild
from the initial bucking, and then also the like hanging on part. So it's like we'll do 2 skills checks.
Okay. Okay.
So you land on the horse, the Pegasus.
Can I just fly?
Yeah. Do you want to cast fly?
Sure.
Yeah. So you get bucked off immediately, and the Pegasus takes off into the sky. And you cast fly on yourself like midair while you're being bucked, and now you're kind of like hovering.
Well, that didn't work.
Kev says.
Defeated. I'll go back down.
Okay. Yeah, you slowly descend back into the grass of these hills, and you all now are standing here. It seems, Kev, that little maneuver that you tried, and the Pegasus flying, shooting up into the sky, spooks the other ones, and you hear like a cacophony of whinnies as they all fly off in varying directions. Some of them into the clouds nearby, some of them into just down the coastline, but they disappear from sight. All but the one which Alex transferred over to Brelikk.
Yeah, so before continue, I would like to, I don't know, as I'm petting this Pegasus,
Mm-hmm.
I go, I say, I ask, don't know if it would understand me. But I would still probably ask it. I'm like, if you would like to, you can fly off with your flock, herd. But
yeah,
if you stay, you can still be around
You'll treat it well, bet.
the Warforge as much as possible.
No, don't tell it that. It doesn't like me anymore.
you say these things, and you see its ear kind of, flip a little bit as if it's listening.
Mm-hmm.
And its eye kind of moves a little bit to look at you as you speak.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pegasus would slightly turn its head to look off toward the other Pegasus, which have darted out into the rest of the world, into the countries of Safeguard. And it looks back at you, and you look into its eyes. Make me an insight check.
God. God, why is this so...
Wow, that's pretty good for a -1.
Yeah.
Inhabiting the soul is the reincarnated being of one of your loved ones.
The
Your
horse
mother looks at you.
The
Brelikk.
horse
Your
is
mother-
Alex.
It always has been. I've been with you the whole time, Matt.
God help me.
So the first thing you acknowledge is that it has made a decision. As it stares back at you, you see a certain resoluteness form in its eyes, something stronger than what was there before. The cuteness and the cuddliness and the innocence of this creature, it almost hardens on command just in this expression alone. And it's almost as if it understands what it is signing up for in this moment. But it stays.
I pet the Pegasus and
Yeah! That's the Pegasus.
yeah. And I would say I appreciate your resolve, and where we go from here, we hope to fix a broken world.
And the Pegasus kneels down as if to encourage your mounting of it.
Oh yeah, I get on the back of that Pegasus.
Nice. And
Ubuntu electric boogaloo.
The very dark coated Pegasus it unfurls its wings, and it's like this massive almost like what the tales would say of like a wyvern or a small
Wyvern.
dragon, and it takes off, and Brelikk, you hold on for dear life to the mane of this creature. There is plenty for your
I
hands
held
to
on
kind
for
of-
dear life, smashing through a falling
You should be good, yeah.
airship. I should be okay.
Just enough natural strength, I would say.
Heights do not bother me anymore after what I've been through.
Work isn't as bad as your previous experience, Brelikk.
And
What?
Alex, you watch as Brelikk takes off, ascending into the sky. like very, very high. To the point, you know, where you see like his legs, you know, like leave the back of the Pegasus, but he's still holding on to the mane. And you hear Brelikk really enjoying himself as he flies up into the atmosphere and disappears into the clouds.
Not.
I kind of watch him fly, and it looks kind of hits his chest to try to like. He feels like his circuits are acting up. He feels like something's wrong because he doesn't understand. He doesn't know what his feeling is.
Mm-hmm. But
he doesn't even know what feeling is. But
he feels it.
He seems something. Yeah, something seems off. So he kind of tries to fix himself as he continues walking with Kev.
Yeah.
Towards the direction that we were flying toward, or going in the first place.
And you're all kind of walking toward this coastline, and eventually, you make it to this, or well, we'll say this is what the camera's doing.
Yeah.
It's following you, you know, walking to the coastline, sun in the sky, Brelikk flying off kind of in the background, dipping in and out of the clouds. It's all very happy. And it pans forward, until it's passing you all and to the coast, which you approach. And, you are a witness to the desolate lands that await, out of character, on the other side of the stream.
Holy shit. There's
And
even dead fish.
we'll end the session.
Damn.
This is Utale land, just for everyone to. So you're not there yet, but
Yeah,
More
there's
people
there's
will.
a couple of roller coasters. You know, Thailand.
Your
is
people will.
pretty busy this time of year.
yeah. This used to be the water
We have
park.
one water slide.
Yeah.
This
This was the lazy river. Unfortunately, now it's kind of gotten a little gross. Hasn't been
A
kept up.
euphemism for throwing people off the top of the mountain
a lot
into
of
the river.
fat Utale go here, so they kind of stink up the place.
I thought they all were.
Fat and stinky.
Stinky.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
Oh.
that's the session. Thank you to everyone for playing tonight. It was a interesting session.
Did I throw a wrench in the works
But
for
very funny.
pulling the party to the east?
No, I mean, yeah, by all accounts, that was
I'm so glad I showed up too, because I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck,
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
you
hope
almost,
we go.
You almost didn't even show up to this session.
Yeah,
Matt had told
I
me
was
that he
like-
wasn't gonna come, and then he did, and I was like, cool.
I got to pull everyone east. Let's go.
Yeah, it was something we planned for originally. If
Yeah.
people were going to go the Dwarma route earlier.
Have you guys talked to Matt at all about that out of character, or did he just do that on his own?
No,
Yeah.
I did it on my own.
Dude, that's crazy.
See, enough.
No one had any-
enough
no one had
harassing
any
over
idea.
time.
Yeah.
Enough harassing over time. It'll eventually wear you down.
That was a hilarious argument between you and Rolland. That was peak roleplay. I like that a lot.
Dude, that shit was the funniest moment. Oh. Dude, it was
There's a
literally-
lot of good moments in that conversation.
Dude, that's like when you meet someone and you like know that there's like a little racist or like and you're just waiting for the moment where they finally
talking about
snap, and that was the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Did you like? Have you guys ever seen the video of the? Oh, what was it? There was some
I feel like I'm
racist
seeing
dude
way
that
more
they were
nuance
trying
in
to
that
bait.
conversation than you guys are.
Huh? No. It was like just that one sentence. It's really funny.
Okay.
Where you just got really mad and you finally lost your cool. Like you were like cordial, and then all of a sudden it's like Podunk, and it's like, oh shit, Roland's racist.
Roland's mad.
This is
It's like when people don't bend to superiority, he resorts to calling them podunks.
Well, yeah, it's like, how can you not see this? It's so obvious to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He's
I'm
going
frustrated.
back to the workstation.
Yeah, Cannon's been working on some stuff.
Oh. I've been doing this all. What are you talking? I've been here all session, man.
Yeah, yeah. I was seeing it.
Working on those rings, right, guys?
You shut up.
That's the third person to make that joke.
Oh, really? I didn't even hear the other ones. Thought I was original.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that you guys would. I thought you guys had resolved to not do it, and I think you guys were feeling that, but then Brelikk just got fed up with you and just.
I think I could
Yeah,
have gone.
like
Yeah.
Well, realistically, I think Matt decided he was going to do this before the session started.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could kind of tell that in the roleplay of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was a very drastic change right in the middle, but it's not like it didn't make sense for his character. And so I was like, all right. And honestly, it's like, it's not necessarily what I thought Rolland would have done when I first made him, but I was like, this is like a kind of like a changing point for like which way Roland's character falls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is
I
the
was
lore.
thinking
This
about
is
it,
the
like,
lore Saeoth moment. This is: do you kill the necromancer, or do you go
Yeah.
to the? Do you go
Do you
to complete your holy
do you
quest?
give up? Do you give up and
this is
jump off this
exactly-
fucking cliff?
This is exactly the lore Saeoth moment, except I went the other way.
Yeah.
And then I had to leave the campaign for a couple sessions.
Right. And I probably would have had to leave the campaign for social sessions too.
Yeah.
If
I thought,
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably
I thought you were
did.
talking about the Lord Saeoth moment when when we had to talk you off the edge.
Oh no. The when Lore lost his powers, that was
That's right.
when he decided to not save the. You guys were like, but it's an evil necromancer, and then I was like, I don't care, and then I just walked away.
But we did it!
Like, I feel like I had a realization too before the session as well, where I was just like, you know, Brelikk wouldn't want to just go north. Like the only reason I'm okay with going north is because it's like Rolland doesn't want to go east. And then at some point I was just like, well, fuck that. I don't give a shit. Brelikk would literally walk off.
Right.
And then the
Utale
RP was
people
just-
are just
oh,
like me, for real, for real. Matt just bonded with their podunkness that he decided to.
What the fuck?
Decided to save them. He's like, these uncivilized tribal people are much like mine, and then he just walked off into the ocean.
That's not what happened.
That's basically what happened.
Perhaps we are still there.
Perhaps we aren't so different.
Matt's like, maybe Jorma had a point. His people are just like mine.
Just like me for real.
So that was, so that means that Will's maybe, where are we gonna see Jorma, you know? Have to...
So Jorma got my sending, or I can assume.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we didn't even go over what you said. Did we?
I don't know what you mean.
Don't you
Like,
have to
I-
send a message?
Say a message, yeah.
Yeah, I said the words in session.
What did you say? I
It
didn't
was-
even
it was
remember.
all right there.
He said
Cannon
we were
said it in-
coming to
Oh, okay.
recover and meet your people.
I might have thought you were just saying that out loud.
I said I warned him there's a threat, and while it was, and I was like, not gonna lie, I was hesitant, but we're gonna come help you. Maybe I can right the wrongs.
Yeah,
of-
fuck you.
Better late than
Oh.
never.
Yeah, fuck you
Yeah,
for that last
oh,
line, you bitch.
I'm sorry, Matt. Did you hear my sending? I don't think you did. Don't metagame, loser.
No, I did. Yeah, you're right. I didn't, because you're a scumfuck bastard.
Don't worry, Matt. When we get there, I'll make sure to take all the credit.
Matt, make sure to punish Cannon for being a scumfuck cunt cannon player.
Very.
character. Make sure to punish this guy. Zanir, thief. He's gonna steal all our gold in eternity.
Okay,
Matt.
come on. Don't do that, Jack.
Cam's trying to play it off because he knows he's up to
He's
something.
literally Aladdin. He's
Wait,
gonna
is he-
steal all our
wait a
gold.
minute.
I'm not, Matt. I'm literally like like a civil servant in my backstory. Like I'm literally an altruistic person.
Yeah, nice try, Cannon.
Nice try, Akshan slash.
Huh?
Fucking Aladdin.
Oh, yeah, but don't throw Cannon under the bus, Matt. Zanir is a good person.
No, Cannon is a thief and a liar, and he can't respond to defend himself right now. So believe it, even 2x. Cannon's a thief and a liar, Matthew. Remember, Matt.
Matt's brain is small.
Remember that.
Matt is a scumbag.
Where did the
Remember
fucking line "Matt's brain smoke" come from? What
Because
the
he's a thief.
Matt's brain is small.
you piece of shit.
He is an absolute
Uh.
thief. He is evil,
I am evil. Fuck you, John.
and he hates John.
No one hates me more than
wait, Matt, did you
I'm
hear me?
so. No, I didn't. What?
Oh, okay. I said it was the same reason why like Roland got mad in session. He was like in character. Roland's like, this dude doesn't get it. That's why I said Matt's brain is small. I was like talking in character. About
That
your
is
character.
such a lie.
That was
What?
in character.
That is a
Wait.
cope by people with agendas.
No, that is
You
not.
could have just not explained
the
it,
only
and it
thing-
would have gone over better.
Dude, that is
How-
not
That's the
what
only
it
thing I could
is.
think of.
How is that in
That's it,
character?
guys. That's the only thing
No.
I could think of.
Cannon just straight up lied.
It's
No,
not a
it was
lie.
when. No, what? That's not where the quote came
Am
from.
I misremembering? Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
it's
All right.
literally it's literally the full audio clip in.
Thanks for
fucking,
tuning into
D&D.
Tragedy of War. We'll
It's
see
the
you
full-
next time.